So it's an interesting question that you pose on location savings. If you look at the way the Indian tax laws are, they're very clear that we have to look at economic comparables. So when an associated enterprise in India is being benchmarked against local economic comparables, i.e. companies who are operating with in the same economic environment, using the same resources and of course having different functions or assets and a difference in risks, but fundamentally the economic results would be very similar, and so therefore it's a little bit unfair to expect that over and above that comparison that India should be demanding location savings. I think location savings is something that the government should review simply because they're going to make India less attractive from an investment opportunity for doing contract work, whether it's in the IT-enabled services area or in the IT area or for that matter any area. The second question that you've raised in terms of the safe harbor rules, I think it's a wonderful attempt by the government to move forward in uncharted territory. I think they haven't done this before, and very few countries have done it. I think in order to make it a success and position it to be a dispute resolution or dispute prevention mechanism, somewhere between the APA and the audit process, is to make it attractive for people to come in and opt for the safe harbor rules. There are a few conditions in the draft rules which are a cause for concern, especially for multinationals coming in, for example, from the US. I think the margins are still high compared to what you would expect to see in a normal situation. I think that there are a couple of clauses there around the denial of MAP being available as an option if you go in for safe harbor, which could be an issue, especially from a US tax credit perspective, because this would be seen as voluntary payment of tax. I think the definitions or the split of categories that they've proposed within IT, so the artificial division between software and contract R&D, and also between ITES and KPO, are also another cause for concern, because you don't actually have local comparables in those four baskets that can be used for a good comparison. But I think overall it's a very positive step. Hopefully in the all of these feedbacks have been given to them, and in the final rules, they'll incorporate some of these and come up with something that's more attractive for investors.